All right, now I'm on the other side of where I found that creek. If you see the creek down there, it is still flowing. Not a lot of water, but it is flowing enough to give some irrigation to some of these flowers and plants. But look at the edge of this. Look how beautiful. For 中国人非常漂亮. And wow, it's just beautiful colors of orange mixed in with that deep green. And then you can see little patches of purple. And wow, pretty epic stuff out here. Wow, just around every corner just gets more and more beautiful as I start to descend from this little hill that I took off the beaten path. And just beyond me is that little creek. You see more and more thicker and fuller fields of orange poppies. And it just gets more, well, there is no words to describe it. You just have to come out here and see it. It's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Make sure you can come out here and check out Walker Canyon and the Super Bloom 2019. All right, so in the middle of all these poppies on this hill, I've ran into this peculiar cacti or cactus. I don't know what you call it, but check it out. That's pretty interesting. Amongst all these poppies and flowers and all kinds of crazy stuff, you got this spiky cactus. Well, I'm not gonna touch it. And you can see the tips of it got these other little flowers that are getting ready to bloom. Those suckers look like they're about to burst and bloom. I don't know, any day now, I guess. I'm not really a cacti master, but check it out. It's kind of cool to see as you're walking around these hills of poppies. One of the things you want to keep in mind if you're out here and you're on top of the mountain in front of all this poppies and super bloom, that if you have allergies, you might want to take a Claritin or Zyrtec or something else, because the pollen is really a strong feeling of pollen is being released. And well, if you have allergies, you are going to be affected out here. So make sure that you go ahead and you pop a Claritin or Zyrtec or whatever you use. All right, so I've taken another trail off the beaten path. There's actually nobody on this one, which is oddly enough because I took this trail because I wanted to see this side of the mountain that I was just on. And if you take a look at behind me, there's not a single poppy on it. It's just all this really thick grass. I'm not sure what kind of grass it is, but it's really interesting because the other side was all this lush, crazy poppies and purple flowers and sage and everything. And then you get to this side and there's a couple of shrubs over there, but other than that, it's just a really thick grassy kind of mountainside with no orange and no color other than green. So I guess that's what I get for going off the beaten path and trying my own road. And if you look, you can see it's all just green. But then right behind me, you get back to all those luscious orange colors and poppies and stuff. So really peculiar side of the mountain. I'm not really sure why it's like this. If you know, and if you're a botanist or you know all about these flowers, go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know why it's like this. But still kind of cool to see. As you can see, somebody else has created kind of a walkway. I'm gonna go back that way because I want to check out the creek. So let's go check it out. Well, for the most part, it is quite safe around here. You know, if you stick to the main trail, you wouldn't have any problems climbing or falling or slipping or that kind of thing. But we have found this little trail. So I'm going to try to scale to the top of this. And well, it's not the most dangerous hike, but as you can see, it dips down into this little valley right here. and then it goes up probably about 90 degrees, it feels like. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'll leave the camera running. Maybe you'll get some fun action of Travel Man Dan slipping and falling on his head. Yeah, well, there's actually lots of rocks along the way that can help. There it is. All right, whew. All right, there we go. I'm down. Check it out, man. I'm in this little valley now. That's pretty sweet. Surrounded by orange poppies. And now it's time to go up. This is pretty steep, so I'm gonna have to shut the camera off and I'll let you know how I do at the top. All right, so made it to the top, and as you can see, I'm in a thicker, denser area of poppies. Whoo-wee, surrounded by it. Really beautiful. Look at this. You got these rolling hills, and each one is covered in this bright, bright orange. Oh man. It's insanely beautiful out here. Well, if you see down there, there is the creek again, but I think that's gonna do it for me because the trail kind of stops here, so I'm not gonna be able to make it all the way to the bottom of the creek. I'm sure if I scaled over somewhere on the other side of that mountains, I could get to it, but there's lots to explore out here. Let's go check out uphill. Let's try to get to the top of that one and see what's going on over there. Let's go check it out. All right, so I'm almost to the top of this hill, and you can see I'm right on the edge of all of this color, and you can see the massive amounts of color of orange that you see, and the poppies are at full bloom. As you can see, if I'll zoom in on it, but they've completely opened and they're showing their full bloom. And on the bottom of each poppy is really interesting because it's almost like a washer, but they have a circle, like a purple circular thing underneath their cup, so which is really kind of cool. And you can see bits of sage in there, and just this whole mountainside, this whole ridge, this whole area right here is just covered in orange. And wow, outstanding, wonderful beauty out here in Southern California. All right, well, I got to the top of this little mountain ridge or hill ridge, whatever you call it. And ironically, I'm not sure what the hell this thing is here for, but check it out. It's like a little hole. So don't get any ideas, be very careful. Not sure what it's for. It's just a giant hole on top of the mountain. Well, I couldn't resist. Travel Man Dan hopped inside the hole. As you can see, it's probably about 4 feet, and I have no idea why it's here on top of the mountain, what they use it for. It definitely looks like it was some kind of man-made cut because of the way the stone is cut. But here I am inside this little hole. It's kind of like maybe it's a watchtower, a bunker or some type. I like it. Had to explore it a little bit more. I'll give you a little closer look inside the hole here. It reminds me when I was in Vietnam in the Cu Chi tunnels. Probably about 5 feet, just hanging out in this little hole. All right, so there is the hole. I have no idea why it's on top of this mountain or what it's doing, but if you climb to the top of this mountain, you will see this strange hole. If you do know, and you have any idea why it's out here, if you're a ranger or a sheriff or you're part of this Walker Canyon, please leave me a comment. Let me know why this hole is here. People want to know. All right, back on the main path here, on the main road. This is really cool. If you look up there, you can kind of see where all the rocks are starting to come through. I always enjoyed that. It always reminded me of Lord of the Rings and the mountains in New Zealand, which is really cool. If you come out here, you will not be disappointed. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the slope on that sucker. Whew. I will not be trying to climb that. There's no trail, so you can see some people maybe at the top of that thing, but wow, that's a steep one. We're not even going to attempt that one. But all these beautiful flowers. So, like I said, I'm back on the main road, cutting through this Walker Canyon, and you can see the amount of people walking along this main trailway. There's some sections where you can cut off and go down below and kind of pose for your pictures, but you can stay on this main road and it walks into the canyon for about 3 miles. You can see the amount, I mean, I can see at least 500 people walking around there. That's why I went up above this ridge line, if you can see right up here, and now I just loop back around. So lots of places you can walk, explore, check out here in Walker Canyon. But one thing is an absolute, and that is the beauty of the super bloom out here. So whichever way you go, whichever path you decide to take, you're gonna see something amazing, excellent, and I guarantee you're gonna enjoy yourself out here. This hillside behind me is really cool. It's really unique because you have the one side is just flourishing with wildflowers and it's vibrant orange color. Looks like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. And then just at the intersection of the valley on the other side of the hill, it's just basically green grass. So it's a really cool contrast in the dark green over here from the grass and then all this vibrant color of orange. So that's really neat to see, be out here, and what a spectacle. Awesome. Another thing to keep in mind if you come out here is, well, you're directly under the sun. So make sure they have some type of sunscreen, some type of protection from the sun, because if you're out here for at least 2-3 hours, you're gonna get scorched. I definitely recommend maybe even a hat of some type, because you can start to feel it after a while. But yeah, oh, and here's another safety precaution. No hunting or shooting. So no hunting or shooting. All right guys, now keep in mind, this is an old rusty gate that looks to be closed. I'm not really sure, check this out. It looks old and non-operational, so I think you can use the trail any time. I definitely know that the entire trail is open during the super bloom, but be advised, always good to check with the sheriff, or you can look online. I'll put the link in the description below to see if the entire trail is accessible. I'll tell you one thing that's for sure and absolute is the amount of beautiful people out here taking pictures. No wonder they have so many Instagram followers. I don't have so many, so if you want to go ahead and follow me at Travelman Dan on Instagram, you're more than welcome to. But the amount of beautiful people, Instagram models and people out here taking pictures in the California poppies is really cool, and happy to see it. I can't get over the amount of people out here. I read in LA Times, it did say it was quite like Disneyland, but I mean, just take a look behind me. Look at all these people. Might as well stayed in a Las Vegas casino because it is full of people, dogs, all kinds of people from all over, but everyone enjoying themselves, having a good time. All right, one thing you definitely don't want to do when you're out here is drive your car. As you can see, somebody drove their car down there and it is now down there forever. Who knows how long it's been down there for, but it's not looking good for them to get it back. Alrighty, well, this is the Exodus, and we had a good time out here. Hope you enjoy yourself. If you get a chance to come out here to Walker Canyon next to Lake Elsinore, you can check out the Super Bloom 2019. There's a lot of people here, so expect that. Yeah, all right. See, people are excited. They're excited to come out here and see the beauty, the nature that this canyon has offered during the heavy rains. It is a phenomenon that happened and it is in full bloom. You can come out here and see all the poppies. You can see all the purple flowers. I don't know the name of them. And you can see all other cool stuff. See, Travel Man Dan makes a total ass of himself on the way out. I hope you have a good time. And don't forget, on the way out, you got the ice cream man, all right? Mr. Softy.
Just 1 minute, okay? How to get some of these cars off the freeway.
All right, how you doing, Sheriff? Yeah, good. Thanks for keeping us safe and controlling. Yeah, all right.
Okay, thank you.
Oh. See, even the police force, the sheriffs, they're very nice people. Come on out here. They'll make sure that you know where you're going. They'll make sure traffic moves at a good pace, and well, just come out and enjoy yourself. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. Man, I hope you had a great time out here at the California Super Bloom here in Walker Canyon. I hope you saw some really beautiful things. I hope you learned some interesting things. And most of all, I hope you got inspired to come out here yourself and check things out. If you haven't already, can you go ahead and hit that sub button right here and check out my channel. Go ahead, subscribe, ring the bell, leave me a comment, let me know where you want to see me go next. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Travel Man Dan, and remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it.